We are working every single day to pay for a house we don't sleep in, while sleeping in a house that we do not own. Since we moved to work here in Singapore, nakaka 9 or 10 na ata kami lipat ng asawa ko ng bahay. So, bawat lipat, panibagong pirmahan ng tenancy agreement, panibagong 2 months deposit, and panibagong adjustment sa bagong environment. Every few years, we have to pack our entire lives into these boxes. Palipat-lipat kami sa iba-ibang side ng Singapore, from east to west, from north to south. Halos lahat ata ng area dito, natirahan na namin in a way. It hits you hardest when you've arrived in the new house na lilipatan mo, surrounded by the boxes na i-unpack mo. Tapos may isip mo, kahit gaano ko pa pagandahin tong bagong bahay na to, hindi pa din sa amin to. Yung tipong gusto mong magsabit ng simpleng picture frame sa wall, pero sabi ng landlord, bawal magbutas, bawal mag-drill. So yung mga pictures nyo nakasandal na lang sa ibabaw ng cabinet. Mas lalo na nung time na we were just renting a room, and ang daming bawal. Hindi pwedeng magluto, hindi pwedeng masyadong maingay, bawal magbisita. And we were always at the mercy of the landlord. Minsan sasabihin nila na, hey, we're selling the house, or we are raising the rent to this amount. Tapos, siyempre wala kang magagawa. Kung hindi mo afford or pinapalis ka na, maghanap ka na lang ng bagong lilipatan. So yung physical act of moving is already exhausting enough. Siyempre, financially, magastos din siya kasi you have to pay for the movers. Pero meron ding emotional and psychological weight yung paglipat. Emotional, kasi there are memories na you've made sa bahay na tinitirahan mo, and when you leave, when kailangan mo na maglipat, you're just going to pack it up, leave it there, and try to make new memories na naman sa bagong bahay. Psychological, kasi alam mo, kahit ilang taong ka na sa country na pinagtatrabahuan mo, hindi ka pa rin permanent. Doon mo mararamdaman na dayuhan ka lang talaga and you don't belong. So, as OFWs, napaka-importante talaga sa atin na magkaroon ng sariling property sa Pilipinas. At least for me, syempre, magandang investment din siya. But I think in a sad way, para bang we're just compensating for the instability that we're experiencing abroad, or sort of buying the idea of permanence. Back in 2013, yun ang ginawa namin ng wife ko. We bought a condo in Pasig, and every month, inuhulugan ko siya until ready na siya for occupancy. When it was turned over, kumuha pa kami ng interior designer para pagandahin siya. Kasi syempre, gusto naman namin pag umuwi kami, we can finally say we have something that is under our name. We can finally own our own space. And I also wanted to prove to myself na may napupunta naman yung pagod and sacrifices namin dito abroad. But then, the irony hits you, and it hits you hard every payday. Nagtitis kami palipat-lipat ng bahay sa abroad, then iniingatan namin yung bahay na yon, like treating it as it was our own. Ayaw namin magasgasan yung mga walls, or masira, yung may masira, kasi baka hindi na namin makuha yung deposit pagkalis namin. Habang every month, a large chunk ng sahod namin ay napupunta sa pambayad sa isang kondo sa Pilipinas. Pero wala naman nakatira. We are working every single day to pay for a house we don't sleep in, while sleeping in a house that we don't own here abroad. Hindi rin niya na-fix yung feeling of displacement. No? It just created this split reality for us. And doon mo talaga maramdaman na bilang OFW, you are caught between two worlds. You no longer fully belong to the Philippines, but you also don't belong here abroad. You are just someone with a work visa, and anytime you can be sent back home. Anyways, in the end, we just accepted that the condo was not going to be home for us. So, pinaupahan na lang namin siya. Naging another investment na lang siya, which is still good, diba? But it never really addressed the feeling of instability. It felt like it was just another item in our checklist as an OFW. Para bang we gave into the pressure of being an OFW na kailangan mong makabili agad ng property as soon as possible. And naisip din namin na baka mali lang yung type of property na binili namin. So, we ventured out further. So, in 2021, we decided to explore purchasing land in the Philippines and build our dream house from scratch. Kasi baka paglupa na namin and we have full control of all the aspects of the construction, the design, and location, we can finally feel what it means to have a home and not a house. Pero, kung akala ko na nakaka-stress ang laging paglipat ng bahay sa abroad, mas nakaka-stress din pala yung pagpapatayo ng bahay from scratch habang OFW ka, habang malayo ka nasa abroad. And I think it took us almost 3 years to finish the house from looking for and buying the land, dealing with sketchy property agents, unreliable contractors, and dealing with post-construction problems. Kala ko pag nakapagpatayo kami ng sarili ng bahay, matatapos na yung pagod. Pero iba pala yung kapalit na sacrifice nun, no? And interestingly, that's the story that I'll be sharing with you in my next episode, our journey in building our own house as an OFW. And I hope you look forward to watching that, and until next time, and see you in my next journal. Bye. Faith, matagal ko na pinapangarap magkaroon ng ganitong Lagi ko na lang nakikita sa department store. Diba? Gusto ko yung wala lang, natutuwa kasi ako. Kasi ref namin dati sa bahay, maliit lang.